Hello and welcome to 15 Minutes with 15-minute gamer. My name is Tony and I am back. This is on its new slot of a Wednesday. I decided to change it from a Saturday because who's got time to listen to a podcast on a Saturday? Anyway, here it goes. We're counting down already. So straight on with the news, and first we start off with the news that the PlayStation 3 is finally coming to its end of a production in Japan. I don't know if this is sad news or just why they're still producing it. Surely they should have stopped ages ago. The PlayStation 4's been out for, what, 3 years now? Maybe 4 years? I just can't believe they're still making PlayStation 3s. I did eventually get round to getting the PlayStation 3. Unfortunately, I really wanted to get on board with this last generation, so I went down the Xbox route because it came out first. I was a massive PlayStation 2 fan. I loved my PlayStation 2. Never ever thought I would move to Xbox because I didn't like the original Xbox. The games weren't that good and they always made me feel ill. I've never really felt ill with a game before. Halo used to make me feel sick. So when I jumped on board with the Xbox 360 with Forza, was it Forza? No, Test Drive Unlimited Test. Can you remember that game? Wow, what a game. I love that game. And I booted up that Xbox with that game and I was like, oh my god. I love the interface. Everything about the Xbox 360 was just brilliant. I absolutely loved it. And when it came to getting the new console between the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, I had a decision to make and I was like, where do I go? Because, in PlayStation 3 really didn't get used. Yeah, I played some of Uncharted 2, some Metal Gear Solid, Little Big Planet, that sort of thing. But it kind of never really became my primary gaming console. It became a very secondary gaming console. And in fact, you could possibly say after me Wii as well, because we got quite a lot of use with, especially with Wii Fit and that sort of thing. And ultimately, what decided it for me was just the fact that more of my friends had a PlayStation 4. So that's why I went for it. I went back to PlayStation. I did get an Xbox One to start off with, and I still believe the Xbox One is losing this generation. The Xbox 360 won the last generation, hands down. The PlayStation 3 wasn't as good. This generation, I think the PlayStation 4 beats the Xbox One in a lot of ways. It just lacks in the UI, the online capabilities, and the controls just not quite as good. However, as a gaming console, for something I want to play games on, it has some of the best exclusives, and all the games work at a really high, FPS, and they all seem to run. There's no jerkiness going on like there is on the Xbox One. So yes, it's sad to say that the PlayStation 3 has ended production in Japan. Next up was a game that kind of just appeared out of nowhere. I didn't see this game coming anywhere. So-called gaming news? Yeah, Flat Out 4. Wow, that just I really enjoyed Flat Out 1 and 2. Flat Out 3 was rubbish, but we'll forget about that. And somebody says anyone playing Flat Out 4, and I just thought, maybe they've been retro gamers. And then I looked back and I was like, where did this thing come from? And yeah, I was just like, where did this drop from? It is out, and it was just one of them, when you have one of them kind of retro feeling, just like, wow, I remember Flat Out 1 and 2, and I was reading a review on it, and, they were saying that, yeah, if you like the action and gameplay from 10 years ago and don't expect anything else, go for it. And I was just like, yeah, I might fancy that one. So I'm going to keep an eye out for it. It's, it's just one of them really fun, pick up and play. If you've got 10-15 minutes, you'll have a go. So that was just one of them game moments where I was just like, how did I miss that? Apart from that, the news has been a little bit slow, and I do have one big issue I kind of want to talk about. Well, two, because I want to talk about robots for a little bit. I know it's gaming, but if you check my channel out, you see I interviewed TR2 from Robot Wars semi-finals last week, and that was awesome. It was so great. It was fantastic. But first of all, so Jim Stillen. Jim Stillen is one of my favourite YouTubers. I just love his videos, and he covers those games on Steam that nobody else is going to cover. And to be fair, after all the stuff he's went through, I certainly wouldn't touch him for barge pull. He's been getting sued, copyright claims, just everything thrown at him. He's had a huge case with digital homicide. If you're interested in anything, or you're interested in how dodgy some developers would be, check his videos out on Digital Homicide. It's just incredible what went on. But anyway, last week he did a review for Zelda, the one on the Nintendo Switch. Now, this game has been getting universal 10 out of 10s. I still think, and I do believe, that no game can be 10 out of 10. Very, very close. Grand Theft Auto 5 almost hit it for me. It was a fantastic game. Enjoyed every minute. But I think this game only got 10 out of 10s because the only game on the Switch, and it is also a very good game, and people just love Zelda. Anyway, Jim Sterling got hold of his copy. He played it, and he gave it, wait for this, a 7 out of 10. You may think, it's a bit harsh. He didn't say he didn't like it. He did say he liked it. He did enjoy it. He just said there was a few issues with it, like the weapon degradation and stuff like that, which is apparently terrible, and a few issues with it, and a few issues with the gameplay. And you'd think, yeah, you might feel like, oh my god, how can you give it that sort of comments? No, he was getting so much abuse from the Nintendo gaming community. He was getting these methods questioned, the way he was talking about things questioned. He was getting sworn at, names, threats, everything. He even got a DDoS attack on his website where the review was to bring it down so people couldn't read it. I mean, come on. If you're playing a game and you really enjoy it, you think it's worth 10 out of 10. Someone says, I'm not too sure, yeah, I enjoyed it, but this and this and this. Why act like it? You're just dicks. There's no other word about it. And there's been a few instances this week where gamers have just come across as right bellends. And it's kind of annoyed me because I stick up for gamers a lot when people say, yeah, they're just children, they're immature, they spend all day in the dark rooms. But I always stick up for them because I'm a huge gamer. But when things like this happen, I just think, why? Like, he's into criticism. Yeah, he's a games journalist. However, 7 out of 10, I don't know when 7 out of 10 became a bad score. And that's just one person's view on that game. He didn't say too much bad about it in the review. If you think it's a 10 out of 10, so what? Go and enjoy the game and get lost. Why put that hatred onto someone? And there's not often I put reviews or gameplays on my channel where I'm sort of slagging off the game. I do keep it constructive a lot of the time. But when I've had hatred directed towards me on comments and stuff on Steam. And it's just incredible that I then feel uncomfortable to then start talking about any games that I'm not liking, because I don't want to get the abuse. I'm not here to get abuse. I'm here to enjoy video games. I love the community generally, and I don't want to have to sit there and put up all this rubbish out of a bunch of idiots who think that it's fun or that they have a right to do these sort of things like they did to Jim Sterling just because he didn't like a game as much as you. Listen to yourselves. Get a life. And unfortunately, this was kind of annoying me. And then Mass Effect Andromeda dropped. Oh my god. I kind of missed this as well. I don't know how I missed this, but a lot of people were putting up things about Mass Effect, and I was like, why are these talking about this? And what it looks like is something has happened where somebody who hasn't worked on the game, but has on her Twitter profile and some other places that she was lead animator on the new Mass Effect game. Apparently the animation is terrible. So, you know what people have been doing? Yes, they've been going at her. They've been threatening her. They've been sending her abusive messages. What? Why? BioWare have stood up and said she doesn't actually do anything or work for us. And I was reading the comments underneath, and people were like, well, she shouldn't lie on her Twitter profile. Yes, she shouldn't lie. That's a completely and utter separate issue. But she's lead animator of a game. It's just on it's kind of early release, 10 days. That's how so many people are playing it. But why? Again, these people have hunted her out to give her abuse on Twitter and so forth. Again, just stop it. Just, if you're not liking something about the game, contact BioWare, tell them what it is. I'm sure they're completely aware of it. And do it rationally. Stop being dicks. And it really annoys me that people, in this case, she was lying, but that doesn't excuse anything, that people would go and do that to someone who spent probably a lot of years of their life being an animator on this game. I'm sure it wasn't something they came up over Christmas. And I've seen some of the videos of the animation on this. It does look terrible. It will not be fixed in a day one patch either, which is interesting. But BioWare games have never been spot on. They've never been great. The graphics have always been a little bit off for me. And I love Mass Effect. I love that series, and I will be purchasing this one. I'm purchasing this one for the story. I'm purchasing this one for the atmosphere, the feeling. Do I really care if someone's face looks stupid? No, I couldn't give a toss. That's not what I'm there for. I'm there for what is going to be an amazing story, I hope, anyway. And it comes out this week, and it's a game I'm so excited to play. And it doesn't matter what all these people are going about the animations or that this is a bit ropey or so forth. I know it's going to be awesome, and BioWare, I hope, pull it off. But yeah, don't go attacking individuals. It's just not nice. Stop it. Whew, now I can get off my soapbox on that one. Right. Okay, let's talk 4 minutes. We've got 4 minutes to talk about Robot. This weekend gone, I was given the opportunity to interview TR2, which were last year's semi-finalist on Robot Wars. It was fantastic. I'd never been that close to one of the robots from Robot Wars. I've been a fan since I was so little. As soon as I remember Robot Wars on TV, it was just one of them programs I just had to be in and watched. I absolutely love it, and I still do. I just don't think it's anything I'll grow out of. I just love the engineering involved, the passion of the people that take part. And when I got to interview Alex from TR2, who's a driver, I instantly messaged NerdCube saying I was interviewing him, and NerdCube, who's, again, probably up there for my favourite YouTubers, messaged back saying he was one of the greatest drivers, and I just thought that was such a nice thing to say. And when you think along the lines of the drivers in there, last season he was one of the best, and it's just such a shame that he isn't in this season. Now, they wouldn't disclose why they weren't on there. I didn't push them because it's not something they want or really don't want to discuss and probably not allowed to discuss. However, it's such a shame when you have semi-finalists from last year, 3rd place, not returning this show. They've got something like 18 spinners in this series and 6-7 flippers. Come on, we could add a few more flippers, and especially TR2. TR2 would have been really... In fact, it's now TR3. It's got a new improved body shape. There's less welds on it, and it looks really strong. And I think against some of the teams on there, that thing would just flip them out. It would be great. I just think the spinners, the way it's designed, would really just bounce off it as long as the arm is quite thick, which it is. And they've also had some secrets up the sleeves as well, which they wouldn't say what they were, but they have saved about 10 kilograms, which they can use, and they won't say how they're using it, but hopefully a nice big bum axe. Can you remember the bum axe last time? That was great, little axe on the back, so when they flipped, it hit. Would just be really good. So I can't wait to see this robot in action, and in fact, I did book tickets to go and see the Robot Wars event. It's run by Extreme Robots, if you want to check it out. Tickets are around about £18 each, and it's 4 days. It's 2 days in April, over 4 sessions of 2 hours each, and it just looks incredible. I'm so excited to go. And the team were absolutely lovely as well. They were chatty. They answered all my questions. They even invited me when I go to Manchester to join them in the pits as well, and they make sure they'll get me backstage. I was just like, wow, that's so amazing. It was just so nice. They were just lovely, lovely people, and it was just really cool to be beside that robot, and I just can't wait to see it in action. There was also a kind of a copy of Matilda there, and cool seeing Matilda there, and a few other robots. There was Ripper there. And also, so it's TR3, TR2, and their first ever robot as well, which is a tiny little pusher robot. No weapons or anything, but it's what they bought and they started off with. Alex, the driver's been doing this since he was 6 years old. It's just amazing. Just to think that that's where he started from and where he is now. He's only 16. To think when he can get involved more and get to more of these competitions there. They won UK Championships in 2015. They've won tag team tournaments, and I just love to see them getting out there, and they're such a great team and such a popular robot, and it's such a cool robot as well. So that is Robots. I know it's not gaming, but it would be cool to see a Robot Wars game, you know, where you could put different weapons on. There was one that was kind of out there. They kind of let you do that, but it wasn't that good. But never mind, we are out of time. That is time up. I hope you've enjoyed the podcast. I'll be back with more next week. I know we've taught a few things today. Bit of soapboxing there, but just be nice to everyone. Show a bit of love. Why are you being dicks to people? Just be a bit nicer to people. There's no need for it. And hopefully next week I'll be back with a topic or maybe even a guest. Who knows? And I'll catch you later. Goodbye.